Welcome to a new Daily Top Askreddit video. Today's topic.
You're given $1,000 cash every day, but anytime you need to poop, you have to use a public restroom. Are you taking the $1,000? Why or why not? Yes, because my job is now shitting in public restrooms and I am incredibly well paid, so I am going to do it well. Exactly. $365,000 salary to just shit in a public toilet? I'm going to be damn good at my job. I'm basically going to make that money to just find the cleanest, most solitude public toilet in my area. Or just use that money to build your own perfect public toilet right outside your house. I'd poop in front of a live studio audience for $1,000 a day. I would pay $1,000 for that. I think we're onto something. On $365,000 a year, I'm pretty sure the public restrooms I'll be using will be very nice. Or I'll just walk into expensive hotel lobbies. I used to shit in an expensive hotel lobby down the street from where I was teaching English in China, because the school bathrooms were those squat toilets. I know those squatty toilets are technically better for pooping, but I like a sit-down shit. Feels more luxe. Yeah, no, I would shit almost anywhere for $1,000. I would shit in my pants for that kind of money. Is it optional each day, or do I have to keep the streak alive? I'd do it either way. I'm sure I could come up with a system to make this less painful. All you would have to do is quit your job. Then once or twice a day travel to a public restroom. Seems like it'd be super simple to do. Edit. Let me just settle all the what ifs people keep asking me. For $365K a year, I would simply move somewhere with lots of land. Build a public bathroom on my property that can accessed by anyone who happened to be walking, driving by. I would try and choose a place where this would never really happen though, so it would basically just be my own personal public bathroom that is extremely easy and quick to access. I'm not gonna lie, actually shitting in a public restroom is fine. What's deterring me is having to drive somewhere every time I have to take a shit. I'd probably still do it. Earning this amount of money and not moving to place where there are public restrooms close to your house would be stupid. I don't care about the school district. How are the public restrooms in a 300-yard radius? Quote. People here really underestimate the impact of a $365,000 salary and overestimate the dirtiness of public restrooms. For $365,000 a year, I'll shit in public restrooms be damned. $365K per year to walk to the local cafe or supermarket. Yes. My only question is what happens if there's a weird night poop? The latest place open around here closes at 11 p.m. You have the funds to build your own public restroom in front of your house. And give it really inconvenient hours or an oddly high price or something that makes it only technically public. So from 4:12 a.m. to 4:28 a.m. you can pay $30 to use this toilet. Payable only in nickels. But as the operator of the toilet, you have a key to access it at any hour for free. Or make your own bathroom available to the public, but only under equally complex hours and such. There are a number of office buildings required to have publicly accessible spaces. But they're inevitably on the roof and you need to get a key from security to be allowed up there. Only during business hours. And you have to know that it even exists in the first place. It was only installed because of the ridiculous law requiring it. But it does exist and is technically open to the public. It's just such a hassle for so little return that nobody who doesn't already work there would care. Or bother. Hell yes, I'll take that deal. In fact, you can make it a glass public restroom and y'all can come watch. Besides, if it can be any public restroom, I know a few stores that have some really clean ones. Not to mention, because of healthy issues, I only poop 2 or so times a week, so let's do this. Sir, I'm sorry, but if you poop only twice a week, we'll only give you $150 per day. Anyone who's saying no to this is absolutely mental. For the inconvenience of having to go to a public washroom every time you need to poop, you get over $300K a year in income, assuming it's not taxed. You're literally set for life. You can probably hire a limo driver and a bodyguard to stand guard while you take the most profitable shit of your life. It's 3 a.m. The nearest public restroom that's open is a 60+ minute drive away. What are you doing? Shitting in the woods. The original public restroom. I'm building a very nice public restroom on a small plot of land carved out of the corner of my property that I've deeded to the local municipality with the stipulation that it must always remain a public park or ownership will revert to my descendants. Then, I'm hiring a bathroom attendant to ensure it's clean and available when I need to use it. Move to a place next to a public restroom so you don't have to drive 60 minutes. Anyone who's saying no to this is absolutely mental. It's because it's a stupid scenario that's a no-brainer. Like almost all of the, you get X money but, questions that get posted here. For $577,273,865,719, would you take a small paper cut once? Gee, how can I ever make such a difficult choice? My IBS is way too unpredictable to rely on being near a public restroom every time I have to poop. Edit. After a few dozen responses, yes. You're all super clever for coming up with the novel and definitely unique solution of just pooping your pants. Before anyone else writes something similar, let me clarify that I am choosing to interpret this question in the most challenging way possible. To earn the $1,000 a day. Meaning, any poop episode outside of a public bathroom voids the deal. Pooping your pants voids the deal. In that framework and with that limitation, I'd reluctantly pass on what would otherwise be a pretty good deal. Yeah. My first thought was folks with IBS or Crohn's. They're one of the few cases where this might not be a worthwhile trade. Even then, I'd just find a place to live that's a few steps from a public bathroom and set up a deal where I get 24-hour use. I shit once every 2 to 3 days. For me it's an absolute no-brainer. I have IBS. I also sit to pee. Sometimes, I go to pee and poop happens. Unplanned. What happens in this situation? I'm at home or a friend's, I'm peeing, and then all of a sudden I'm more than peeing. Do I lose $1,000 that day? Is my $1,000 a day program over forever now? I'd need details before agreeing. But even if I could only keep it up for like a week, I'd happily take $7,000. I've got IBS. For $365,000 a year I'm shitting my pants and hiring someone to change me like a baby. Well sure. But I'm interpreting this question that you need to use a public restroom to poop for the deal to continue working. Shitting your pants means the deal is off. Otherwise it's too easy, in my interpretation.